Hey folks! Did you know that the iconic image of Vikings sporting horned helmets is actually a myth? That's right. Most historians agree that real Viking helmets were much more practical. So, what's the story behind this popular misconception? Let's dive in. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a fascinating topic: Viking helmets. For years, the image of fierce Norse warriors charging into battle with their distinctive horned helmets has been ingrained in popular culture. But as intriguing as that image is, it turns out to be a complete myth. So, grab your helmets, your popcorn, and let's explore the truth behind Viking headgear. We'll look at historical evidence, archaeological findings, and how this myth came to be. Are you ready? Let's go! The challenge we face when studying Viking culture is sifting through the layers of myth and reality. While we all love a good story, the truth is that much of what we think we know about Vikings has been shaped by artistic interpretations, literature, and even popular movies. And when it comes to their helmets, the horned version is the most famous and most misleading. So how did this misconception take root? Spoiler alert! It's a mix of artistic flair, a bit of misunderstanding, and a whole lot of imagination. Let's start with what we do know. Viking helmets were typically made of iron, and while they were sturdy, they were also practical. Most helmets had a simple rounded shape, designed to deflect blows from swords or axes. Archaeological findings have given us some incredible insights into what these helmets actually looked like. For example, the famous Geirmundbu helmet, discovered in Norway, features a rounded top and a faceguard, but definitely no horns. Now, where did the idea of horns come from? One theory suggests that it originated in the 19th century, when artists and costume designers began to romanticize Viking culture. During the Romantic era, artists like Gustav Vigeland and Richard Wagner depicted Vikings in a way that emphasized their fierce and barbaric nature, complete with dramatic horned helmets. This artistic license captured the public's imagination and solidified the image in our collective consciousness. But it doesn't stop there. Some historians also point to ancient warrior cultures, like the Celts, who did use horned helmets in their ceremonial practices. This could have fueled the fire for the misunderstanding. So, when these cultures met or were represented in art, the lines started to blur, and the Vikings got unfairly lumped into the horned helmet club. Moreover, Viking Age sagas and literature often embellish the tales of these warriors, painting them as larger-than-life figures. This led to the misconception perpetuated by movies, shows, and even Halloween costumes. When we think of Vikings today, we often picture those horned helmets, even though the reality is far less dramatic. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. In 2024, a team of archaeologists made a groundbreaking discovery in a burial site believed to belong to a Viking chieftain. Among the artifacts found were several helmets, none of which had horns. This discovery not only reaffirmed what many historians and experts have been saying for decades, but also provided concrete evidence that the horned helmet myth is just that, a myth. It serves as a powerful reminder that we should always question the narratives we've been handed down through popular culture. So, to wrap it all up, Vikings did not wear horned helmets, and the idea has been debunked by archaeological evidence and historical research. Understanding the truth behind this myth helps us appreciate the real Viking culture, which was rich in craftsmanship and warrior ethics without the need for flamboyant headgear. Plus, it shows how easily misinformation can be perpetuated when we don't critically evaluate what we see in movies, art, or even our history books.